This is Jack from No Code MBA. Now, today we're going to talk about a business idea that you can create using no code tools. We're going to go through the idea, talk about which tools you need in order to create this new business, how to monetize it, how to market it, and also at the end, I'm going to show you a really good example of somebody who is doing this already, using the tools that we describe and the methods that we describe in order to bring in new people. But before we jump in with the idea, be sure to check out the description because we have a free guide on no-code tools and also more information about our premium courses. So go to the description and check out those two links. Okay, let's start with the idea and then we'll look at the tools you need to build this out. Now, the idea today is this. It's to create a paid newsletter. Okay, to create a paid newsletter. And the idea here is that you're charging for premium content. So you're writing or creating content about a specific issue, a specific idea. This could be on anything. If you're a soccer coach, you can talk about creating soccer drills and have people pay for the premium content that you create. You could talk about design if you're a designer, website creation if you create websites, climate change if this is something you're interested in. The idea is to take topics that interest you, topics that you're an expert in, or topics that you want to become an expert in, and create free content, but also paid content. And this is what magazines and newspapers are doing. Since the digital revolution, people are putting content online, including newspaper articles, and big newspapers are asking you to subscribe monthly or yearly in order to get access to that content. And then there are magazines that are giving free content on the website, but then also having a paid subscription option too. And over the last few years, a lot of individual journalists, article writers, and just creators are doing this as well, where they are giving away their free content, but then also having a subscription model for people to subscribe to. So what you write about is going to depend on you, your interests, your skills, and your desire for the future too, in terms of what you want to do. So with that in mind, let's move on to the tools next before we talk about how to monetize, how to market, and some examples. So one tool recently that has gained a lot of traction is Substack. And Substack is a tool that was created specifically for independent writers, allowing anyone to create an account, create content, and then also charge for premium content. Now, before we talk too much about Substack, know that there is a second way of doing this too, where you create your own website using a tool like Webflow, and then you create a member area using a tool like MemberStack. And we'll talk about the differences between the two a little later on in this video, and the advantages and disadvantages of each. But let's explore Substack a little bit more. So here we are on the Substack website, and it says, do your best work supported by your subscribers. And Substack lets independent writers and podcasters publish directly to their audience and get paid through subscriptions. So Substack also has an audio interface where you can do paid podcasts instead of writing. And some people do both as well. So it's not just about written content, it's also about audio content. And it says here, the subscription network for independent writers and creators. And this is where you can find a little bit of inspiration, where you can look at other people who are currently using this platform in a very profitable way. And I think this is a key point to Substack, where it says, you wrote it, you own it. So it's your intellectual property. You can grow your audience because there is an email membership model embedded within Substack, so you can have an email list within this tool. And then this is what I like about it. It says, let us handle everything else. So it combines a blog, newsletter, payment system, and customer support team, all integrated seamlessly with a simple interface. We handle the admin, billing, and tech, so you can focus on your best work. Now, that is the biggest advantage to Substack over creating something on your own website. Because if you do your own website, then you need to integrate the membership model, payment system, handle the billing through Stripe or PayPal, and offer customer support. So this is the biggest advantage when it comes to Substack. Additionally, a lot of people have heard of Substack and they'll feel confident in terms of sending their payments through to the platform instead of sending it to an independent website. So that's something to bear in mind as well. And then always a fun thing to do is to go on the calculator here to estimate what you can make. So you can say, okay, I'm going to have 800 subscribers or 2,000 subscribers at $10 a month. This is going to bring in $16,820 per month because writers keep 90% of the revenue that they bring in through this website. Now, later on, we'll look at a very specific example showing somebody who creates content, how they market it, and also just how a user is going to sign up for the premium service. But before we do that, let's look at option number 2. Now, option number 2 is to create your own website using a membership plugin. And the example that we have here is MemberStack with Webflow. You know that we have a course on this to build a paid membership site in Webflow and MemberStack, which will go through the technical details in order to create that website and then integrate MemberStack with Webflow. So you can create your own membership area and paywall. And the idea here is that we're going to integrate Webflow and MemberStack. You can see here, it talks about how you can design everything by using their templates and modifying them. And scrolling down, it has a great graphic here where it talks about the workflow and the things you're going to do in order to go live. So it starts with the design, the marketing website, the product UI, and then we go into all the different things that you need to do in order to get this set up. Now, the biggest benefit of using this is that you control everything. So you can control the experience that people have when they land on your website to when they actually sign up. Because sometimes all-in-one tools can be frustrating for some people because they think, I want to change this. Or there's a feature that you don't really like, or some of their terms and pricing structure you don't like either. And having that control over your own website allows you to really just take care of everything yourself and to design it in a way that is specific to you and what you want to achieve. The obvious downside is that it takes a lot more work and you're going to have to do more at the beginning and also throughout the process in order to have everything work properly. But the biggest benefit is that you have control over everything, but it depends on you and what you want to achieve with this. So we've talked about the idea, the tools that we need to use, and how to monetize this by creating that paid subscription model. Let's now talk about how to attract people to pay for what you're offering. Now, if you're using Substack, one of the key benefits of this, or one of the key features, is that you can decide what content is going to be free and what content is going to be paid. Now, this is always a tricky thing to try and work out because you might think, I want to put my best work for free so people can find me, but at the same time, I want to keep my best work for paid so that people will actually subscribe. And again, the example later might help you think about, okay, this is what I need to focus on. This is how I can do it. But Substack have written about this as well, and they say free content is the best possible advertisement for your publication since it demonstrates your unique perspective and abilities, and it gives people a chance to fall in love. And the goal is to get people onto your mailing list because you'll then have multiple future opportunities to convert them into paying subscribers by publishing great free stuff. We suggest publishing at least one free post a week. So by creating free content on the platform where you have paid subscriptions, it's going to give you the ability to demonstrate what you offer. And it's also going to help you get found by people when they search for things online or when you share these articles on social media. Now, we'll talk about social media in a second, but first, very briefly, what this actually started talking about was email marketing. And this is where you get subscribers to subscribe for the free content so that you can have multiple touch points in the future and to offer sales, to talk about different things, and just to keep you top of mind. Substack has this built in directly. If you build your own thing, then you might need to create an email marketing list using tools such as MailChimp or ActiveCampaign. But to get back to social media, this is another way that we can reach more people in order to grow our paid subscriptions. And we'll talk about this now, starting with Twitter. Now, Twitter is a great way to reach more people, especially if you're creating really valuable content. And in recent months and the last couple of years, Twitter threads have become very popular. And the idea here is that you can break down a free or paid article into bite-sized tweets, have 10 different tweets in the thread, and then at the end, link to your paid newsletter. But you'll also have to be active on Twitter in order to grow your followers and to get your content seen by more people. And if you're already on Twitter, then you'll know how it works and how you can integrate this type of content marketing onto that platform. And what we've talked about here is something called content repurposing, where you take one form of content and you repurpose it for other platforms. So with this in mind, and talking about using different platforms to reach more people, you can take that blog post and create a video out of it and share that on YouTube. Or you can take one specific point from a blog post, create a short, a reel, or a TikTok, and post these on those platforms. You can create LinkedIn posts, LinkedIn articles, connect with people in the various groups, and then share a link to your paid newsletter at the bottom of that article. And the key with all of this, when it comes to content marketing, is to give away free stuff, but then have a strong call to action too. And the way that you do this call to action will depend on the platform. Like I said before, on Twitter, it's more about having a link at the bottom of a thread. Whereas on YouTube, you can put it in the description, mention it throughout the video, and also leave it as a comment in the comment section. And then another way to reach more people is to advertise. So you can use Facebook ads, Google ads, or different ads in order to reach people either with your free content or retarget people with your paid content. And then when people come to your page, either through social media or ads, they're either going to subscribe for the free content or they're going to take action by becoming a paid member. Now, with all that in mind, in terms of the idea, how to monetize, the tools you need, and how to market yourself, let's look at an example now, which is going to help you really gain some clarity on how this works. So the example here is using the Pomp Letter by Anthony Pompliano. And he is somebody who talks about the world economy and investing in general. And you can see here, this is what his Substack looks like. So straight away, you can click up here to upgrade to paid, or you can click here. So Substack have a couple of call to actions already on the website. It's a clean website. It's all about focusing on the content, and then the action buttons are this color. So I like it in terms of the conversion strategy when using this website. And if we click on an article, what you'll notice is this. There's a little introduction here. You can see here. And then at the bottom it says, this post is for paid subscribers. So what you can see here is that you get that little tease at the start, and then you think, okay, I really want to read this post. There's a paywall. Let's click that button and find out how much this is going to cost. Let's see if I want to subscribe to this newsletter. Now, this is what you get when you click that button. And I quite like this in terms of a checkout experience. So straight away, Apple Pay is embedded here. But this is going to show you free versus paid content and how people do it. So the free one here, you get one letter per week. So it's one post per week. The annual or the monthly, okay, what you're going to get is 5 subscriber-only letters per week and the full archive, subscriber-only episodes in your podcast app, and post comments and join the community. So basically what we're seeing here to differentiate between free and paid is that it's 1 article for free and 5 for paid, including access to the archive. But you're also getting to join the community and post comments, and you can get the audio version of the articles too. And I think this is a really good way to differentiate between free and paid content. And again, it might depend on you, your goals, your audience, or some other factors, but this should be a good example to help you gain some clarity on how to separate the two. Now, Anthony Pompliano is very popular on Twitter. He's a big Twitter user, and he's built up his audience over the years. And he leverages Twitter in order to get more paid subscribers. So we'll have some kind of thread here or a long form tweet where he's talking about the data behind commercial real estate market right now, goes into it with different points. And then here you can see you can read my full write-up here. Make sure you are subscribed. So there's a call to action within the tweet when he gives that free value. And this has got 31,000 views. So it's reached that many people. A certain amount will scroll down and open up this link, and a certain amount will then become paid members or free members. And then when you actually click that link, you can listen to this here and you can upgrade to paid here. So you can see again just how people can find your newsletter through Twitter, and then you can extrapolate that and use different social networking sites. So you can see here, when people find you through Twitter, they'll click this link and then they'll go through the process of upgrading to paid. And obviously, a percentage of people are going to do this, and it just becomes a numbers game after that. And for more inspiration, I found this 30 top Substack statistics in 2023. So it goes through some of the main statistics, talking about top earners, how much they charge per month, how many subscribers that they have. So that's an overview of this business idea using no-code tools to create a paid newsletter. We talked about the tools you need, the different ways to do this, how to monetize, how to find new people, and also some examples to give you some inspiration. Now, if you found this useful, then give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new here, and also share this video with a friend. Check out the description because we'll have a link to more business ideas using no-code tools, the free guide that we talked about, and also the premium courses, including how to build a membership website using Webflow and MemberStack. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye for now.